But you know what? It's Drew's news. Because it's whose news? Drew's news.
I
You
hate
know
you
what
all.
to do.
Sword of Omens, come to my hand. I, Lion-O, command it. Thundercats, ho! And you're watching the Dorkening.
I hate you all so much.
I love it.
Go get your notebook.
I love it. And sing it to like Blue's Clues. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Let's
go.
sit down and thinking.
And the news.
Think.
This is news. Everybody, we can
Cool.
all join in.
Yes, and apparently this guest spot by TMZ is now over. Moving on to real.
I just have to say, a bunch of people watching. I thank you for joining in, and this is we're having fun here. So, just if you want to join the conversation, throw it in the comments. We'll get to it.
Please do.
Yeah. So, speaking of news,
Unless you're watching on Twitch, right? Because Twitch.
yeah,
Yeah, if
Twitch,
you go to YouTube or
Twitch,
Facebook.
Twitter, and whatnot, yeah, just come to the YouTube page. Yeah.
So what's up, Leo?
Ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, I got one of those too.
He's right.
Yeah.
I swear to God, my man.
Oh, we're going straight to me. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Get ready for a spine-chilling reunion in Marvel's upcoming Carnage series, where the menacing symbiote Carnage and the nefarious Cletus Cassidy join forces for a blood-soaked odyssey. Drew, can you go into when they got split apart? I don't know much on that.
Yeah, so they've been apart for a while now. I mean, essentially, we've seen Carnage on his mission cosmically to kill all the other the Venoms and whatnot. But it's I would say it's been a short amount of time regarding that. Carnage has kind of been off doing his own thing. I would say it's been about a year or so, or maybe 2. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the biggest Carnage / Venom fan, so I can't really say for certain.
Well,
but I can say.
Oh,
what happened? No, but I can
say
say that it's Carnage and Cletus have been separated, which is crazy considering the intense bond that they faced. I mean,
yes.
But yeah, the idea that Cletus and Carnage are coming back together is dangerous. Like, God, that's so dangerous.
So in my notes, they say, following the chaos of absolute carnage, which I need to read now because I need to find out why they took separate paths. Carnage explores the cosmos, attaining godlike powers, which I'm assuming he gets from killing. Is that a lot like there can only be one? Like, as they kill off other symbiotes, they gain more power?
Bringing it back to Highlander.
Highlander, see? It's all about Highlander. The series previewed by Torin Gronbeck, Perry Perez, Eric Archienga, and BC's Joe Sabino promises a visceral rampage through Omnipotent City, the nexus of gods, as Carnage clashes with the authoritative Lord Librarian. The Marvel Universe hangs in the balance, setting the stage for a gripping father and son dynamic and laying the groundwork for the next Venom epic. The 40-page preview, priced at $5.99, offers an unmissable dive into Carnage's dark world, dripping with suspense and the promise of grisly fate of those in its path. It looks sick. As I said, I need to catch up in Absolute Carnage to find out what exactly happened and maybe a little bit further into it. But I think I'll be picking this up.
You know, the funny thing is, when I think of Carnage, I always think of Spider-Man, the animated series, because I felt like that portrayal was just deranged. But I just remember watching it, and everything was as though he was always like, "Yeah, man." I'm like, why are you, yeah, we're gonna get some Carnage, man. I'm just like, why do we keep saying this? Like, it's just, Cletus was already deranged, but and I'm just thinking to myself, in the same episode I meet Carnage, I found out that Uncle Phil voiced War Machine. So I'm just like,
no way.
Yeah. If you see that episode where you saw Carnage with Venom in the Spider-Man. You know, the one where Iron Man teams up and Venom becomes his there because they're all working for Mordo, who's working with Dormammu, all that. Yeah, when you see Rhodes in that episode, and then later War Machine, that's the actor who did Shredder in the original TMNT, but also his Uncle Phil, James Avery. Yeah, same guy.
I have to say I never really watched that series of Spider-Man.
Change that.
I know.
It's about as quintessential to the character as Batman the Animated Series was.
Yeah.
If you end the name of a TV show with the animated series, you probably should have watched it, Leo.
Sorry.
Yep.
But my introduction to Carnage was obviously when he into the scene. What was it? Was it 361?
Yep. 360. Oh, might have been 360. No, I think 361 was when he first showed up, and then like 363 they really got into it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I just remember he was extremely psychotic in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just a serial.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll cover Maximum Carnage.
Where we're like, we already thought, Venom was insane and stuff, and then you got Carnage to go with it.
I feel like if we cover Absolute Carnage, Carrie would be like, well, why not Night Stalkers, right? Guys, hey.
I do have to say, spoiler, but Cletus Cassidy does make an appearance in the new Spider-Man game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
The Absolute Carnage was only 12 issues. We could handle that, right?
Sure.
Are you volunteering for 12 issues? Okay.
Because someone is the one. I don't have time to read. I'm just.
I don't
it takes me a minute, and then I got like.
I just need to know right away what we're reading, so I can get right into it.
Well, you get a better secretary because we always tell you.
I need a better secretary. You're telling me.
Yeah. Yeah. Fire Jarmay and work on it yourself.
That's it. You're out.
Oh,
I bet you I know whose story this is.
Oh, mine, right? No.
Carrie.
So Creepshow comes to Carrie's house. As we know, Joe Hill has very strong ties to Creepshow, starting off with an appearance in the movie in 1982 because his dad wrote it. His dad's Stephen King, by the way.
Yep.
And he wrote the story Wolverton Station back in 2014, and it took place. I'm going to do a quick thing about Wolverton Station, which he originally wrote. The official synopsis for that standalone story is that Saunders made his fortune as a hatchet man for hire and has come to England to do what he does best, chop down the little guys to clear the way for a global firm. But his train north just made an unexpected stop on some passengers straight out of the worst kind of fairy tale. Now he's up to his ankles in blood and finding out just what it really means to live in a dog-eat-dog world. With that story that he originally wrote, he has gone on and he's joined by co-writer Jason Ciaramella and artist Michael Walsh for a one-shot adaptation that they're going to do on it. They're modernizing the fairy tale world like you had before, only these are the kind that do not come with a happily ever after on the end.
Cool.
Ciaramella has had 2 previous contributions to the Creepshow franchise, one of them with Joe Hill, which was a Shudder episode, but for the show they're doing, By the Silver Water of Lake Champlain. And he worked with Walsh on the Magic the Gathering Creepshow set. So, yeah, and the comic will be coming up on March 27th from Image Comics. So,
Sweet.
What was?
The covers alone look fantastic. So,
do we know who did that one? Because that looks fucking sick.
No idea. They don't always, Jeremy. Sometimes with certain news, they don't always include info about the variant covers. So sometimes it's just the image. But yeah, it is super cool though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If you could get a close up of that little symbol down in the bottom right.
No, don't.
I got you.
We'll try to decipher who signed it.
Looks like it says wolf with 3 hashes next to it, like claw marks.
Huh.
There you go.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, but I, having personally met Joe a few years ago, he's such a pleasant guy, and his uncanny resemblance to his father is just, not to coin a term, spooky. But his stuff has just been great. I know he's officially taking a break from doing comics to focus on his novels, which means his imprint Hill House is definitely on an extended hiatus. I
Duquesne.
I'm really looking forward to this, especially not just because it's the Creepshow universe, but because this, like, it sounds like a great story. It's basically, to me, it's Train to Busan, but with werewolves.
The cover you're asking about, the really gruesome one, was done by Maria Wolf. And the kind of classier one was done by Gabriel Rodriguez.
Oh, nice.
Gabriel
He
Rodriguez.
collaborated with Joe on Lock and Key, right? Something like that. But all right, awesome, Kari. When is this coming out?
As I was saying, that came out on March 27th from Image. So
Nice.
keep an eye. It'll be in your LCS. You can go there, get it. If you aren't getting Creepshow at your local comic book station, there's something wrong.
So what I'm hearing is, Kari, is this going to be added to your now growing collection?
Yes, I'm gonna have to go back and start getting more and more of these, because although the first I got the first comic book I ever read was a Creepshow that was based on the movie and then the first monthly comic that was coming out was the Ghost Rider. So
nice.
Danny Cat.
Spookiness all around. All right.
Yes. That is my thing.
Well, Wolverton Station, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
So during that, Duquesne says, Drew, Jar Jar, and Leo, you need to read The Weird Voyage. It's a great Loki and Hell story.
Cool. Okay. Add it to the list.
So much to read, too little time.
For real. I can't wait until we get those like digital implants in our heads where like we just like I know kung fu, god damn it.
Actually, they added something totally crazy to Chat GPT.
Oh yeah.
Like you can feed it your own documents. And I started looking to see if you can feed it comics, but you can't just yet. But I could imagine at one point you build your own, it's Chat GPT, but you're building your own offshoot. And I could imagine at one point you can go, okay, I'm going to feed it all the Batman stories and say, okay, give me the times where Batman fought, Joker or whatnot. It'll scan it. It's AI based off of what you feed it.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Read all these Batman stories and then write a conclusion or something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what's next?
Ghostbusters.
Man.
Okay. So in
1984,
in an exclusive interview that Dark Horse did with Screen Rant, they released details that a new comic book will be released in the near future called Ghostbusters Back in Town. It's going to be a 4-issue miniseries written by David Boyer, Blue Delaquanti providing the art, colors by Mildred Lewis and Chris Peter, and letters by Comcraft's Jimmy Benencourt. Kyle Lambert's going to be providing the main cover with a variant cover created by Steve Morris. So essentially, this is supposed to bridge the story of what happened in between Afterlife and the time before the new movie that will be coming out, Frozen Empire. So Jason Reitman definitely did consult on this. He definitely had some really great things about.
Oh, did Drew?
We lost Drew.
I thought I froze for a second. I was like, oh crap. Now
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep.
We can now.
Yes. So essentially what the synopsis is you're going to see Kaylee, Gary, Trevor, and Phoebe moving back to New York to take over Ghostbusters business in the firehouse. But of course, new dynamics and paranormal activity essentially make it more difficult than it normally is. Of course.
Of course.
So yeah, 4-issue miniseries. Super freaking pumped for this. I mean, I love a good Ghostbuster story about as much as Jar Jar loves a good Beast Man. Correction, He-Man. Sorry.
That's okay. Beastman's right there with him.
Yeah, but so the issue 1 of that will be available March 24th of this year. Correction, of this year, next year.
Oh, like, crap.
I'm super pumped. I really loved what I saw from the Frozen Empire teaser. I'm looking forward to seeing what a full trailer will show. Yeah, I mean, it definitely has. The movie has real Ghostbusters episode vibes, which, as a huge fan of the show, I am all for. And I like the new characters. Already, some internet trolls are trying to roll up some drama. Honestly, I couldn't care. So,
it's the way of the game.
I know, but so Ghostbusters back in town, March 27th. Please check this out and support. I know I'm definitely going to be getting a couple of copies. So, I mean, look at that variant. How cool is that?
Maybe they'll have a connecting covers.
Yeah, maybe. All right, but yeah, so that's the news on that. Super pumped.
That's awesome. Yeah, totally agree. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. This here I'm very excited for. I'm a little
The Red Hood.
Trepidatious.
Yeah. But I'm eager to see where it goes. So you're probably wondering what the heck this is. So DC's planning to publish Joker Year 1. It's going to be a 3-part series diving into Joker's mysterious past. It's similar to Batman's Year 1. It's going to be written by Chip Zdarsky, and the artist is going to be Giuseppe Camicoli and Dave.
Giuseppe Camicoli, yeah.
Giuseppe Camicoli and Dave Stewart.
Yep.
So this is going to be actually taking place after Killing Joke.
Yeah.
So, Alan Moore and Brian Bolland's graphic novel. So Joker Year 1 starts right after Joker's leap into villainy from Batman's Killing Joke. It follows his first year as a criminal in Gotham and show how he became the infamous Joker. Alongside this, there will be a modern day story in Batman world that connects with these new insights into Joker's beginnings. So this is actually going to take place during Batman 142 and 144, coming out in February of 2024.
These are going to be key issues, people, if this takes.
Hell yeah. I mean, Joker's in 138 right now.
Yeah.
And
right.
Yeah, so I think this is crazy where they're taking these graphic novels and turning them into canon, like Killing Joke. We were never too sure if it was canon or not. And then DC started releasing, One Bad Day storylines. And then Three Jokers was its own thing. And then all of a sudden they bring 3 Jokers into the main canon storyline. So,
well, I mean, Leo, it was never supposed to be canon. That's what people always forget. It was never supposed to be canon, but it was so popular that DC essentially made it canon by doing things like referencing it or making Barbara Gordon into Oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they released the One Bad Day storylines, which I have to say I've read all of them except for 2 right now. And the first one has been the best one so far. Riddler is friggin' phenomenal. Everybody.
Oh yeah, we covered that. And Carrie probably would back you up on that. She read all of them as well. And she said that she felt a lot of them were fine, but varying degree of fine to good.
Yeah.
Right, Carrie?
Yeah, but Riddler, it set the bar so high. I was expecting a whole lot from this series, and it was just like, oh, okay. So we have comics with one. Whoa.
That seems to be the way of comics. So you'll get that really, really good story, and always want to revisit it, and never do they ever hit the same way.
Yeah, Carrie, it's kind of like when you buy a mystery bag. They have like one pivotal great issue and then a bunch of meh.
Yeah.
Unless you get them from John, then you get a bunch of great shit.
It's true.
But
It is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, so and what's really nice is I'm as someone who's kind of been assembling the news, I'm getting a really good knowledge of which story would go for whom. And the second I saw this, I was like, Leo raves about Zdarsky's run. He's gonna love this. So
Hell yeah.
So definitely it's pretty interesting. Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Okay, next up.
dun, dun, dun.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah.
Marvel's upcoming release of Fantastic Four number 13 unveils a captivating twist as Doctor Doom encounters his dinosaur counterpart from an alternate Earth. Crafted by Ryan North and illustrated by Ivan Coelho, the issue continues the storyline from 12, plunging the Fantastic Four into a reality where dinosaurs have assumed the roles of Earth's superheroes.
Yep.
The complexity deepens as the Jurassic Marvel First family finds themselves in the main Marvel universe, and issue 13 introduces the intriguing alliance between the primary Doctor Doom and his prehistoric counterpart. Marvel's narrative landscape has a rich history of introducing dinosaur characters from alternate realities, exemplified by the heroic Devil Dinosaur from Earth 78411 and the notable Spider Rex from Earth 66.
Yep.
While the debut of Dinosaur Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four in this storyline adds a unique dimension, their origin from Earth 66 remains shrouded in uncertainty, leaving readers eager to unravel the mysteries in the upcoming installment.
Okay, listen.
I, for one, am intrigued.
I had a feeling you would, because when I brought it up before, you were like, "Ooh," and I'm like, "Noted." But I just need to say this: I don't think there's anything Alex Ross could draw / paint that won't look beautiful. Like,
right?
I never thought I needed to see Doctor Doom riding
a dinosaur of himself,
a Doctor Doom dinosaur, but I was just like, beautiful.
And you think it would look ridiculous because the idea of it just sounds ridiculous.
But you're just looking at it here, and I'm like, that's amazing. Like,
wow.
Like, can only imagine.
They're wearing clothes. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
The dinosaurs.
I gotta find the dinosaur blacksmith, because Dr. Doom dinosaur couldn't make his own clothes. Those arms are a little.
Just can only imagine if there's a John Williams in that world. He must make so much bank. All the themes. But yeah, so Doctor Doom T-Rex, everybody. The scariest thing besides the T-Rex is one that knows magic.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yep. So what's next, Mr. Pond, sir?
Okay. So Marvel Girl sees her future in original X-Men #1's first look.
That looks smooth. I like that. That cover looks really good.
How many images do we have?
I think that's Stegman.
Brian Stegman.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marvel has given fans a sneak peek at the original X-Men #1 coming next month. The issue is written by Christos Gage and artist by Greg Land, with a cover by Ryan Stegman.
Thank you.
It shows the Phoenix Force taking the original X-Men team on a multiverse adventure. 5 pages without text have been shown, where Jean Grey as the Phoenix shares memories and realities with the original mutants and even chats with her past self, Marvel Girl. The one-shot explains that the original X-Men team, known for changing history, is now called to solve a multiverse mystery. By the end, one X-Men team member will be stuck in the present day. Expect surprise guests and a thrilling plot as Gage and Land begin a tale that is set to rock the entire Marvel Universe. All this happens as the current X-Men deal with the Fall of X event following the chaos of the 2023 Hellfire Gala. The event is a prelude to a 2 limited series, Fall of House of X and Rise of the Powers of X, which are set to conclude the X-Men's era in Krakoa. Original X-Men #1 goes on sale Wednesday, December 20th. And yeah, obviously from Marvel.
Nice.
Well, Christos Gage is a
What?
pretty great writer. He co-wrote a lot of stuff with Dan Slott during his Superior Spider-Man run. He did a wonderful Batman Beyond anthology that he contributed some stories to. He's a great writer, and honestly, it's just good to see him doing stuff, and it's interesting that Marvel can't shake the time traveling original X-Men. Like, even if we return them to the past, nope, here they are, they're back again, proving that time means nothing to the X-Men.
Yeah, well, even Krakoa, when I've been editing the Chris Claremont panels, and he talks about like Krakoa was supposed to be like that was at the end of it in giant size, and it's like, how many years now are we still talking about it?
Yeah, well, that's because Chris's reaction is still one of the funniest things I think he's ever done. Like, yeah, whatever happened to Krakoa? Don't even get me started. I was like, oh my god, please don't. We're going to be here for 3 more hours. So, I wonder who's covering this.
All right.
It's Jeremy, right?
Yes.
I
I
know it.
love the pennant stare.
Carrie, go for it.
All right. So once again, we are getting yet another new Spirit of Vengeance. In the tradition of Blaze and Danny Ketch and Robbie Reyes and others, we don't get to know ahead of time. There's not much art and there's not much story with this one, but we could go, ooh, that's pretty. Benjamin Percy, who wrote Wolverine 2020 as well as X-Force 2019, is teaming up with Danny Kim and releasing a new Ghost Rider series in March 2024. We are assured that it's going to be dark, uncanny, dreadful, upsetting, and wonderful. And we're going to have a lot of horror superhero crossover stuff going on. And that's pretty much it. That's all the information we have for now, but we will keep going and keep you updated when we find out more about what they're going to do, who they're going to bring in as the new Ghost Rider, and how they tie in. Because there's been a lot of things in the past where it's like suddenly like, oh, and you're my sibling. I did not know that, because of the different ways that Ghost Rider is passed through to people. So
Right.
yeah, so I'm interested and very excited to see who our next new Ghost Rider shall be.
Nick Cage. I vote for Nick Cage.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Carrie
my
would
head's
Carrie.
on fire.
You want to see a magic trick? Watch Carrie light that shit on fire
With my mind.
with her mind. But I mean, listen. Ghost Rider is still very popular in the Marvel universe. Minus 1 or 2 forgettable incarnations, all of them have a pretty decent fan base. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see who rocks the leather jacket and flaming skull.
Just what powers exactly do they have? What are they going to ride? Are they going to ride the motorcycle? Are they going to drive a car? Which I wasn't really that.
Whoa! The car was pretty bad. Listen, the car was badass. So let's not give shit on the car, okay?
It's just not my favorite.
All right. Well, listen.
You ride instead of Ghost Driver.
I'm just saying the car was pretty badass. I will give Robbie Reyes that.
Okay.
It changed it up a bit, Carrie.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. I know what it's gonna be.
There was a horse too.
What do you got, Leo?
Go back in history.
What if it's in Alaska and he's doing a
right.
deal?
The dogs.
Oh, the dogs
got
too,
the dogs. They all turn on fire.
Okay, Leo. I need to tell you something, and I mean this with the best amount of confidence. Don't quit your day job. Next story, please.
No, I'm excited about that.
Oh wow.
Yes. Okay. I'm super pumped to cover this. So
You're just set up. 1 point.
Shut up, Carrie.
I just lost all my squares.
So basically, we already know about Super Sons. Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne, an unlikely friendship that was so good it had multiple issues, including its own movie. But now we see the Sinister Sons, aka Sinestro's kid and General Zod's kid, teaming up for some problems.
It makes sense.
It does, and in a terrifying way, Jar.
They're so adorably evil.
So
evil.
So essentially, what we're looking at with this is, as the synopsis goes, when the son of General Zod was cast off of his adoptive homeworld of New Kandor, Lord Zod runs foul of a kid on a mission. Sinson, who is Sinestro's kid, is out to prove he's got what it takes to live up to the family name of Sinestro. But all is not what it seems, and the son's journey will take him to the heart of darkness in the first issue. So, did anyone know Sinestro had a kid?
No, and that who named him? Because god damn, if any kid should kill their parents for their name, Simpson, is that what it was?
I mean, I know he has a daughter who is a Green Lantern. That I know. But yeah, so
Oh, did you freeze?
We lost Drew again.
you didn't lose me. I'm right here.
Yeah. Okay. You were deep in thought.
Yes. So the series will be written by Peter Tomasi, who's the same guy who's responsible for giving us the Super Sons. The artist will be someone Ultimate Spider-Man fans like myself and Carrie will know, David LaFuente. And it's going to feature a main cover by Brad Walker and Andrew Hennessy, along with variants by Dan Mora, Jamal Campbell, V. Ken Marion / Danny Miki, Ramon Perez, and Pete Woods. I don't know. You know what? I'm liking this. I think this could be really fun. You know, I really enjoyed Damian and Jonathan being friends and working together and stuff.
You think they're going to come out kid versions of all of them, so that like it would be like an itty bitty Hellboy kind of thing?
I have no idea, but I just think that this is super cool. I have utmost faith in Peter J. Tomasi. He proved that he's a fantastic writer throughout everything. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. So, yeah, so I would definitely, we're going to expect this next year, in February 2024, and it's yeah. What do you guys think?
Looks good.
Yeah, it does.
And I think sometimes the best ideas are just simple ones. You know? Nothing flashy, nothing crazy, just two sons of supervillains gonna fuck shit up.
Ooh, are they gonna do a baby Zod or a baby Bizarro next?
You know, if anybody would, you know what? Although I am very excited to see what Jason Aaron does with the characters, I know Carrie is. Listen, if they could do Kid Lobo, anything is possible. So, come on, man. But yes, February 2024, Sinister Sons.
Nice.
Yep. Next, please.
Okay. So this here is let me just find my spot here. So Red Hood the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on sale February 13th in 2024. So DC is launching a 6-part series called Red Hood the Hill, featuring Jason Todd from Batman's crew, obviously. Sean Marmbro writes it, and Sanford Green is doing the artwork.
Nice.
The story brings Red Hood to one of Gotham's toughest neighborhoods, known as the Hill. So the first issue has a cover by Green and a special one by Tirso Khans. The series starts February 13th. DC is also releasing a special issue 0 on February 6th, which includes Red Hood number 51 and 52. In the series, The Hill is actually, yeah, that why did it double it up? Anyway, that's it. The Hill.
What neighborhood in Gotham is not tough? Like, They're
What-
like, we're gonna go to this one special neighborhood that's really
Rosie's
bad.
Tea Shop.
It's like,
You can go there.
what happened to over by the Acme fucking company and
Well,
stuff?
I think the thing being is that you have to understand is that the Hill is considered one of the worst in Gotham, and you have essentially kind of a modern story. You have the area itself is gentrifying, and more of the the people kind of are trying to essentially adapt, but also not lose what they were. And so you have this new vigilante whose I guess name is Strike, is working on essentially working with the citizens to keep the place safe. And then Jason Todd is the new kid, and he's ready to be Red Hood to help the Strike. So but I agree with Jeremy. Like, what part of Gotham doesn't suck?
For real, like
where the rich people
I know there's rich people in Gotham. Like Bruce can't hang out with himself at these parties.
I think the thing I enjoy about Gotham is essentially because they've always said it's New Jersey. So I'm like, wow, so Newark is essentially named Gotham in this world. I'm like, great. Wonderful. But yeah, I've met Sean Martinborough before. He's a great artist. He's done some great stuff with Hellboy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he brings to this story. And hey, Jason Todd's a pretty cool character, so let's see what he does.
Well,
So Leo, Leo. It's over.
Leo.
You don't bring it up. Moving on.
but they changed
So
him.
moving on.
In Gotham more.
Moving on.
Talk to us, Leo. What happened?
No, Leo.
Where did Gotham War touch you?
No, we wasted too many minutes with that schmopping.
No, I was gonna say, because this is very, very relevant. I wonder how they're gonna handle Jason Todd in this, because he does get severely changed in Gotham War.
Well, we'll have to read to find out.
Well, just real quick, Batman doesn't like how essentially he puts the fear into Jason Todd. He uses so Jason Todd, he can't crime fight anymore because he's afraid,
He's a scaredy cat now.
He's a scaredy cat. Yeah. Perfect.
Yellow belly.
Scaredy cat woman.
He's the scaredy cat. He's the scaredy cat. Drew, I think you're up with Spider-Man.
I'm up again. Oh my God, I'm up again.
This spectacular.
Spider-Man. So, the reason I'm particularly excited about this project is the writer is Greg Weisman. And you're like, oh my God, how do I know that? Greg Weisman was one of the writers, and I believe he might have been the producer for Spectacular Spider-Man, which was a fantastic cartoon series that was way too short-lived. If you don't know what that is, one, the theme song will just get stuck in your head no matter what you listen to. And two, they're modernized, different versions of all the Spidey villains, storylines, all that. Fantastic. So please, you get a chance, check that shit out. So there's that. He also did Young Justice. So he was one of those writers for Young Justice. So he's just El Fuego. He is on fire. So now he's bringing his wonderful talents to. I also think he did Gargoyles as well at one point. So I feel like Greg Weisman was also a Gargoyles guy. So, but there's that. But he's now doing Spider-Man, and he's doing Spider-Man with Humberto Ramos. So you've got that great style going on, and Humberto, very well known for his Spider-Man work. So you have this essentially crime-fighting duo. You've got Miles Morales, and you've got Peter Parker. And you've got this nice little back and forth plan, according to Greg Weisman, where you're going to have Miles trying to be a bit more mature to show that he can be mature to Peter. And Peter's like, I'm hanging with a 16-year-old. I can let my guard down and let the jokes fly. So you got that nice back and forth of who's the mentor and who is the student,
It will be quippy. Yes.
Oh, it's going to be amazingly quippy. But then, of course, when it gets serious, the boys get serious. So
Or do they?
they definitely do.
Oh,
And the first villain that they're supposed to face is the Jackal,
oh.
which, if you know anything about the Jackal, there's a word that you'll have to deal with. Rhymes with clones. I couldn't think of anything that rhymed with clones. Sloans. But yeah, so I'm very excited about this. One, because Humberto Ramos, I've met a bunch of cons. I'm very chill with him and his handler. He's a great artist. And Greg Weisman, I mean, like I said, I've enjoyed his work in the past. So this is going to be awesome. So fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, that's the best way I could put it. Fuck yeah. So I'm super pumped by this. I think it's going to be awesome. That's just the best way I can put it. So you're, yeah, you know, this will be out January 17th next year. So check this out. And if you're having trouble with the current Spider-Man, like some of us are, this might be a way to essentially support Marvel, but not support Marvel.
There you go.
Awesome. So you could say the boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
Leo, get out.
Boys just got back in town.
Next.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder who this is for.
Ooh, this is me. This is me. This is me.
Of course it's you.
I
That
know.
star is screaming.
Nicely. Well done, Jeremy.
Uh-huh.
Well
Funny.
done.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so if you've been living under a rock, you probably don't know that Transformers has changed hands. So it is no longer IDW taking care of Transformers. They signed off on that, and it is now Skybound Entertainment. And so the second issue is out right now, and people are wondering, where is Megatron? So this free comic book day, Skybound is set to reveal some exciting details about Megatron's fate in the Energon universe with their gold sponsor comic for free comic book day. Diamond Comic Distributors has announced the 12 gold sponsor comics for the event next May. Included is Transformers and G.I. Joe. Welcome to the Energon universe. From Skybound, also this comic will feature 3 brand new stories, promising major surprises for fans of Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Void Rivals. So the website gives a little bit more information. It's going to be showcasing a lineup of talent, including names like Robert Kirkman, Daniel Warren Johnson, Joshua Williamson, Lorenzo De Felici, and Ryan Otley, who's also behind the yet-to-be-revealed cover to art. Sean Makowitz, Skybound's publisher, hinted that Megatron will play a pivotal role in Free Comic Book Day, teasing that what's billed as one of the most thrilling stories in the Energon universe, spotlighting the most notorious Decepticon. So if you don't know, Free Comic Book Day is going to take place in 2024, Saturday, May 4th.
Ooh, it's another May the 4th.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question. Now that they're with Skybound, do you think McFarlane will be doing some of the toys?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, come on. Don't tell him that. He's trying to save money.
No need to save money. Let it burn.
Oh
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Hasbro.
Oh my God.
Hasbro
They'd be like
put it
this
up.
big, friggin' 2 feet tall. It'd be beautiful.
Actually, I ran into somebody that does 3D printing of some of them. He just 3D printed a 4-foot tall Metroplex.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
I wish I could do any of that stuff, and then I really wish I could paint it.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Well,
These things come out looking amazing.
Yeah, but the cool thing is, with like Transformers, the parts are all solid colors. So you just print part by part with that color filament.
Mm.
All right. Okay. So everybody, Free Comic Book Day. If you aren't already, buy
I need my Skeletor painted.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. What's next?
That's it for the news.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
That was what we got.
Okay, cool. Nice. Good job, everybody.
Woohoo!
I only laid down twice.
Hey, so